I got a lot I want to say, but I'm not a woman. Can I just give you young women and you sisters some game? And when I say game, I'm only using game to as a reference point, right? We're not talking about manipulating men or taking money from men or getting men to, you know what I'm saying? Not that kind of game. I'm talking about woman to woman, just game on the interactions with the opposite sex. This shit is corny. And that's the only really way that's really the only way I can say it with, you know what I'm saying? Those are the only words that I have for you right now. I'd like to say it in a sweeter, kinder way, but I don't have that right now. This shit is corny. And as a woman, who understands the male female dichotomy, as a woman who, gets her fair share of male attention, as a woman who observes and studies men, past, present, all of that. There's a difference between attention and respect. And the thing that really upsets me about the whole stripper culture, I'm not judging. Do whatever you do. Like I'm not anti-stripper, you know what I mean? I'm not anti anything. But like the way that these women promote this lifestyle, like is such a amazing, wonderful, glorious, glamorous experience. Stop it. This is a dangerous environment. It is a gateway for prostitution. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in that culture and in that environment. And especially San Francisco has a club called the Gold Room, I think it's called. This stripper club is, and I'm gonna make this all tie in because I went from Lizzo to strippers. I'm gonna make this make sense in a second. There's upper echelon strip clubs where women go and they make a lot of money and there's a certain type of clientele and you know what I'm saying? Like it's a different type of energy, a different type of environment in those spaces, right? Then you have the hood clubs where anything goes, where, you know what I'm saying? It's a different type of clientele, a different type of energy. Now, mind you, I've never been in a strip club before in my life. So let me just put that into context. So everything that I'm saying is based on, I've had clients before that were strippers. I got homeboys. I'm a dude's girl. I got a lot of male homeboys. You know what I'm saying? So they talk to me all the time. They tell me everything that's going on, blah, blah, blah. So what I'm trying to say is that this energy, this whole frequency, this leading with sexuality as females in this environment is dangerous. And there's a lot of stuff that's happening in the background that is very dangerous when it comes to regular average females living their lives. Now, if you have the ability to have the bodyguards and, you know what I'm saying, you go up on stage, you do your thing, and then you go back and, you're swept off into Never Never Land where nobody really ever sees you, nobody has access to you, you live in a different world. These young females and these young sisters that are online, that are dropping it like it's hot, that's doing all of this madness on social media and opening themselves up to all of this crazy energy and this crazy attention, there's ramifications for your behavior. And I'm not just talking about you apply for a job 6 months from now and all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? That they look you up on Facebook or social media and they're not going to hire you because of the way you represented yourself. That's a part of it. But I'm talking about energetically, when you lead, when you represent yourself with that energy, when that's how you introduce yourself to the world, there are ramifications for that shit. So it's so hypocritical to me as a culture right now. I'm talking about Black people in particular, that in one breath, we're talking about sex trafficking, we're talking about the Me Too movement, we're talking about the disrespect of Black women and women in general. And then in the next breath, half of our women are online representing themselves energetically and you can do whatever you want to do. Don't get it twisted. I'm not the police of anything. I don't care how you live. I do care, but it's your life.
Let's get right into this, family. Black women, what's up? What's up, ladies? Let's have a conversation. This is out of love. Because shit, we 3 days from 2020. And y'all, you know, not all of y'all, but too many of y'all. Like I say, 85%. Y'all wanna go into 2020 playing this cat and mouse game? Y'all wanna not all of y'all, but too many of y'all. Y'all are so resistant to taking criticism, constructive criticism that's out of love, that y'all want to accuse me or other red pill black men of somehow hating y'all, which is bullshit. That's nonsense. That's very offensive. I resent that. You can't prove that. I've been in whole relationships with black women my whole adult life. All the women in my family are black. I love them dearly. I have protected and provided for black women in all of my relationships to the best of my ability. Got black women who are friends of mine who I love dearly, and they know that. Done been in situations where me and other black men done damn near let missiles fly to protect black women. And because I know how powerful y'all are, and I know how great y'all can be if y'all just snap out of this fucking illusion that y'all in. But, you know, I'm an Aries, so I have a lot of passion when I say it, or when I type it on social media, or when I talk to y'all in person. So y'all are offended. Look, the truth is a bitter pill. It's a bitter pill. I know y'all history. I know y'all power more than y'all do. Same thing for black men. That's why it's no more, it's these kid gloves and all of this, that's done. That's done. And the same way I'm speaking on social media, y'all who know me, this is how I talk in person. This is not a game for me. I've been on this shit for like 8 years, 7, 8 years. It's not a game. In jail, out of jail, in court. I'm not going into 2020 doing this cat and mouse, this blame shifting. Y'all are gonna have to take accountability for y'all actions. Black men, us, when we do fucked up shit, or when we do shit that's dysfunctional, when we do shit that's out of balance with the universe, or shit that we know we ain't supposed to be doing, we face real life consequences. Death, jail, felony records, can't never get a so-called good job working for white folks and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not blaming y'all for what's what's fucked up in our community, because that would be intellectually dishonest. Because I know that white supremacy is the culprit. But what y'all have to do, y'all are going to have to understand y'all power. And your power ain't just your sex. It ain't your ass, black women. It ain't your little cute waist, or your nice breasts, or your intimacy, or your you know, whatever level of sexual skills that y'all have developed from being dots for the last 10, 20 years. That's not real power. Your power's up here.
Today we are going to be talking about the damage of the divine masculine. Okay, y'all, so y'all know it's the goddamn retrograde, so you know every ex that you could have possibly forgot about done remembered about you, and now they back in your damn inbox. So y'all, I don't call everyone my ex. I only consider people that I had very serious relationships or very serious situations an ex to me. Like, you would have to have a real serious impact in my life for me to call you an ex. I only had 4 serious boyfriends. I want to say the first one, I was way too young to even understand what the fuck love was. We did live with each other and all of that stuff like that, so I'm not going to say it didn't count, because it most definitely did. But this person that I'm talking about is the one that I'm going to say I was in love with. Like, yeah, like I was seriously in love with this one, and it took me about a year to get over him. Anybody that I've really seriously had a deep love with, it's taken me about like a year and some change to like really get them out of my system. And that was my first experience really struggling to get over an ex. So this motherfucker's back. Where and why he just decided to pop back up, I don't fucking know. Only thing I do know is that this person has changed so fucking drastically. I don't even think I even know this motherfucker no more. I'm sorry, like, in who he's become now, I don't know this person and I don't like this motherfucker. So my curiosity just probed me to, like, Reg, talk to him, because I'm curious to understand what the fuck happened between the last time I seen you, which was probably damn near a decade ago, up until now that made you change so much. Do not think that women cannot fuck up and damage a fucking man, because they fucking can, all right? And a lot of y'all motherfuckers, the reason why y'all so damaged like that is because y'all done damaged other women. So you ain't do nothing but get your karma sent right back to you. That's why you fucked up. Checkmate. I'm not going to lie and say I haven't enjoyed us talking to each other, because it's been very informative, and I'm glad, like I said, that we got a lot of stuff off of our chest. However, this man has become this radical extremist. Only thing this motherfucker want to talk about is white supremacy. That's all this motherfucker talk about. Every single motherfucking thing, it's related back to white supremacy. Y'all know how I feel about that racist. Like, he's a fucking racist. Last time I seen him, he wasn't like that. And then he's done all these studies on black women and says all this ridiculous, ignorant, asinine, and stupid ass shit about women, why we're single mothers. Just, it wants to point out all of these facts and stats and talk about all his studies. He says that he's in this, come closer, ladies, come closer, because this gonna blow your fucking mind. He says that he's in this group called the Red Pill Men's Group. They have a fucking group, ladies, where only thing that they do is sit back, go over statistics about why women are fucked up and about how damaged we are. So, what? I have never heard of such asinine fucking rhetoric in my fucking life. So you mean to tell me there's a group of men called the Red Pill? It's supposed to be woke. And all y'all do is sit around and talk about the chemical makeup of women because y'all think y'all know women? Based off of the dumb shit that comes out of this mouth, I could tell that this motherfucker clearly don't know shit about women. This man don't have no wife and no kids. So I try to explain to him, I'm like, how the fuck you think that you could come out?
But it's your life. Live it. Do what you want to do. But I've seen so many women, beautiful women. And where I come up from, fine women was not, you know what I'm saying? Like I grew up in Oakland, like you grew up in the hood. You see fine women all the time, beautiful women all the time, curvaceous women all the time. Like it's, you know, we see it on social media now because we can see, you know, 1,000 of them opposed to the 5 that was in your community. But like, it's not an anomaly for women to be physically attractive. And so what's happening now is that the amount of ass shaking and PUSSY popping and sexually, because the only thing you have and the only thing that you're showing the world is your sexuality, right? Leading with that. I'm going to bring this in context, y'all. Just stay with me. The bar is getting higher for the type of shit that you have to do in order to get attention. And mind you, this is just a synthetic version of attention that these women are online clamoring for now. This is a very limited, there's nothing fulfilling about it. There's nothing soul stirring about it. There's nothing, you know what I'm saying, that is going to lift you up or make you feel better about yourself or bring any value to your life. You doing this shit for likes, for reposts, for reshares, for blogs. I saw on CNN today, CNN actually posted and did an actual article and a piece about this and this whole feminist rhetoric and all these, and I just have to speak freely. I don't know else how I don't understand. I don't know how else to do it. All of these women that are projecting sexuality and that are projecting this whole frequency and this sexual liberation and this freedom to do however you choose, but never being balanced about the conversation, never telling young women, you might want to slow down a little bit. You might want to close your legs in the video. You might want to just be a little bit more classy with it. You might want to do less videos shaking your ass and more videos talking and giving people a better perspective of you. Because again, it's not just about the physical representation, although the physical representation is important. You can't objectify yourself and then get mad when the world treats you like an object, right? That's not how that works. But energetically, as an energetic being, as a woman, and listen, I have to say this, because I have to say this. We use this word queen so freely, right? We use this word queen so freely now. Black girl magic, right? I'm trying to monitor the chat room. Black girl magic, which is all warranted, right? Completely. But we still have not made the correlation of what it actually takes to be a queen, to rule a nation, to rule yourself. And the message that you have to convey and the message that you have to embody in order to own that. So, Black women, I'm talking to us specifically. If you were the first, and you were, if we are the mothers of civilization, and we are, if we are the closest to God by way of the creation process, and we are, doesn't that mean that our role and our responsibility is just a little bit higher than everybody else? That's the thing we don't really want to talk about. That's the thing that we Ebony Knowledge, what's up? All right, I've seen a couple of comments.
That's not real power. Your power's up here. Your power comes from discipline, discernment, being able to vet black men, that being able to know when a black man deserves your intimacy, deserves your ability to facilitate a whole nother human life. Not this man, we about to we gonna go to school, we gonna have church today. Give me a second. Black women. We live in the physical realm, ladies, black women. Fellas too, black men, if you're listening to me too, I always keep getting I be trying to look directly into the camera, but we live in the physical realm. We call it Earth, right? Physical realm, physical reality, the third dimension, right? So we are, we're surrounded by things that are tangible, things that we can touch, see, taste, and smell, right? Black women, melanated women, Rh negative women, melanin dominant women, women of African descent. Y'all are the most powerful entity, physical entity on the earth. Facts. Scientific, biological, verifiable facts. I'm not just some, local Joe from the hood, you know what I'm saying, that done read a few books and, is just saying whatever. I'm not going to get on Facebook with a public profile under my government name and talk out of my asshole. Put myself in a line of fire of all types of scrutiny if I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, ladies. Fellas, I devoted my life to this shit about 8 years ago. Facts. This is no bragging. This is what it takes. This is what it takes. It takes work. So I'm not gonna tell y'all no lies. And this is the information age. If you think I'm lying, prove me wrong. Cross-reference it. I was taught this. Books taught me this. Lectures taught me this. Life taught me this. Science taught me this. Mathematics taught me this. So I'm just telling y'all. Black women, y'all are the most powerful physical entity on the planet. Y'all have a genetic genetic structure, a DNA genetic structure, mitochondrial genetic structure that is complete. It has seeded the whole planet. Everything comes from y'all, including my wild ass. Ain't nobody tell y'all this. The preacher ain't tell y'all this. Unfortunately, your mother didn't tell you, your father, if he was around. I'm telling y'all got a $600-700 supercomputer in your hand. Y'all listening to me, watching me say this shit. You can verify it. It's called the mitochondrial Eve gene. So with that being said, there's universal laws. With much power comes much responsibility. We've all heard that. So I know y'all power. So I'm not a white supremacist. I'm not a cool nigga. I'm not a nigga who is so sexually undisciplined that all I want to do is get between your legs or get behind you or bend you over the couch, that I'm just not going to tell you the truth.
Towards women, specifically black women, you don't even have any children to even know about that dynamic and that aspect of being with a woman and experiencing a woman going through motherhood, going through pregnancy. There's a whole part of that woman experience that you know nothing about. So how in the fuck do you think that you could come out your mouth and say such ignorant shit about women, black women in general, when you can't even find one to lay down and have a baby by you? Run that by me. I tried to explain to this motherfucker yesterday, the reason why you don't have no wife and you're our age and you don't have any kids is because of the dumb shit that comes out of your mouth. No woman, specifically a black woman, will date you. That's why you're single, because of this bullshit that comes out of your mouth. And half of this shit that comes out of his mouth, I'm like, what about the single women in your family that are single mothers and all of this stuff? So I'm assuming you talking about them too when you spitting out all of these facts and all of these books and studies that you talk. So your family is included in that shit too, right? So when you talking all this shit about women, make sure that you throw them ain't shit ass bitches in your family right in that motherfucking group as well. Y'all see my face? This man is so fucking annoying. Like, and it's like, I guess to a group of uneducated individuals or individuals that don't know about life, they can sit there and tolerate and listen to that bullshit. I guess I'm not one of them. I had to ask him, what the fuck happened to you from the last time that I seen you to now that made you so fucking ignorant? And I'm sorry, like, for real, y'all already know me. I have no motherfucking cut cards whatsoever. What happened? He admitted that he was damaged by his last relationship. I said, you think? And then once he went into description in detail about the type of women that he was dating, I sat there and I said, so you have the audacity to be sitting up there talking shit about single mothers and these bullshit ass rhetoric that I've been subjected to listening to. The last time me and him connected and we were talking to each other just as friends and shit, and he was on all of this fucking white supremacy, black women, this and that shit, I blocked him, and I refuse to listen to it. And he doesn't understand why I don't follow him on Facebook and Instagram, because your posts are triggering their races. And I will not subject myself to that fucking level of ignorance. What you mean? What the fuck is up with these black male extremist groups? And the only thing that y'all do is sit down there and tear down black women. That's all y'all do, is sit down there and talk shit about black women. White supremacy. But then you sit there and talk and say extremely derogatory and offensive shit towards your own women. And y'all think that that makes us want to be with y'all? Who the fuck told y'all this shit? Y'all think that makes y'all look educated or
we have a bigger role and a higher role and a level of accountability and responsibility. Now, let me back this up with universal laws, right? The Kybalion, and I've been re-saying this same thing over and over in my last messages. In the Kybalion, there is a passage that says, the further you are away from the center, the more in bondage you are. The closer you are to the center, the freer you are. Now, because you said what you said, now you can kick rocks. Go watch somebody that actually wants you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand. People, my people get mad at me for being interrupted, for interrupting myself and talking to certain people in the chat room. But you know, this is not a spiritual teaching video. This is just me having a conversation with you guys. Closer to the center, the further off you are from, the closer you are to truth. The further you are from your center, the more in bondage you are. That makes perfect sense. So if we as Black people, being the original people, whether you say we're from Africa or whether you say the indigenous people all, you know, had their specific land masses and wherever they are from, and they had different cradles of civilizations in those areas, I believe there's validity in both of those stories. I'm not a, you know, proponent of the Lucy. Anyway, let me not get into that. So if we are the original and the first, right? How is it possible that, hold on, I gotta send this text message. This came back too fast. Our role and responsibility and accountability is higher. That's why we suffer more. This is spiritual science. Because we are closer to the center, meaning more connected to the ancient teachings, even if it's not mentally, in our genetic coding, we have a deeper connection. Everybody knows this. So if we are closer in proximity to what we call the Creator, God, Allah, whatever your concept of understanding, the first people, right, who were here, that means we have a higher level of accountability and a higher responsibility. Should the world be looking at us for advice, for guidance? Check your phone. Should the world be looking to Black women for guidance? Should the world be looking at us as the staple, right? Y'all trollers is on your game. What's today? It's a Tuesday. This sexual liberation shit that we're experiencing right now with no guidelines, no guidance, no accountability, no balance, no, you know what I'm saying? No overseeing from elders, from women in the community, from women that have actually experienced this shit, from, you know, women who have been out on the stroll that know what this is like, that are telling you, no, this ain't it. From women who have been strippers that know what that shit is like, that's telling these young girls this ain't it. And these rappers and these Jadena, God, I have so much love for this brother. He just is really disappointing me. He put up a video of him and Cardi B in Lagos at the strip club. Like, bro, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got, first of all, your whole message and your whole, the culture that you promote is about Africa, is about teaching, is about intellectualism. Why would you do that? You got Black women on the ground scraping up $1 bills, and you think that shit is cute. You actually put this out for the world to see. And you got young girls and young women watching your channel, watching your content, trying to find themselves. That's the shit that irritates me. Whatever you do, nobody's judging you. But like, there's a lot, and I know young girls, and I've worked with young women that think that this is the way to go. That think this actually is, oh, okay, he's smart, he's fine, he's intellectual, this is what he's promoting. Let me try to see if this is something that I can, you know, fit myself into. Let me try to see if I can attract that type of man because he's putting that type of energy out. So let me just reiterate to you young women and you young girls, because this is the whole point of this video. I'm not trying to reach Lizzo. She's a grown-ass woman. She's past 30. People say she got mental health issues. She might have mental health issues, or she might just be falling in line with the message that all of the other prominent women are promoting now. that all of these other women in the background in the culture, you know, just like she put up a video of Rihanna and says, this is who I got it from. Well, can you tell her that's not true? Can you tell her that that's not an accurate response to her behavior? Human beings are an ecosystem, and I keep saying this. We don't want to take accountability for how our actions affect each other. Human beings are
behind you or bend you over the couch that I'm just not going to tell you the truth, and I'm just going to let you run around, you know, tattooing your whole fucking body up so you can be a sexual object, objectifying yourselves just because I don't want to offend you because, oh shit, she ain't going to give me no pussy or she ain't going to like me. Nah, look, that's not real. That's an illusion. I done had enough. I ain't gonna say I had enough, but I done had a lot of intimacy with extremely attractive black women. Facts. I'm not talking about my ego. And these are black women that I love, protected and provided for, all of that. Whole real life relationships. I know how y'all move. And see, the thing is, I'm not even denigrating y'all. I'm not talking about all. I stick to my 85%, but the 85% that I'm talking about, I'm not even denigrating y'all. I'm just telling y'all that y'all fucking up. Y'all are fucking up royally. Because y'all refuse to even sit down and get out of your emotions for 1 second and just listen.